Well, after match week 1, Newcastle United are first in the Premier League table. We are taking on Manchester City next week in what couldn't have been a better start for us. It's unbelievable. Now, for me, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit disappointed with today. I'm disappointed we only scored 5. The amount of chances we had that game, it could have, in my opinion, it should have been more. What an unbelievable first match of the season that was. Now, a bit of heads up for me, so this is my match reaction now. I'm going to talk you through the game, talk you through all the bits and bobs that happened. Tomorrow is going to be the vlog. It's an interesting one, a bit of a sneak peek for you. Aston Villa fans for the match, they were bigging themselves up, they really were. They're getting in front of my camera, being a bit antagonistic. You've won nothing, you're doing this, you're doing that. Just wait till the vlog tomorrow. They've been humbled today at St James. Now, I want to start off, actually, I'm mentioning both teams. Even though Newcastle won 5-1 this match, we beat a team 5-1 that is actually pretty good. Aston Villa are a serious team, despite how they may capitulate in the second half. They are a force to be reckoned. I had to say that straight away. Now, unfortunately for Villa, during the match when Tyrone Mings, I think, blew his knee, Benzia picked up an ACL injury a couple of days ago. That's just the factors that went away for them. Little bits and bobs of these injuries that just cost them today. Newcastle were fitter. I just thought we were more on it. And wow, I just can't believe we've won 5-1 against a team that's in Europe. That was a battle of the greats. I mean, a couple of seasons ago, you would have compared this to being a relegation battle match, but both teams now are doing so well. You can hear the voices, you can hear the roar in the background. The fans can't believe it. Champions League season, and we've started off like this. My God, we could actually win someone this season. We can't, I guess, get carried away from one match, but I'm so happy with that performance. I just can't get into words how good it actually was. So let's begin off by talking with Eddie Howe's lineup. So pretty predictable lineup for me, with the exception of Sandro Tonali starting. I actually thought he was going to start Sean Longstaff over him. He's decided, our brand new midfielder, let's get him straight into the team. And after 5 minutes, what a way to make your mark. Now, coming into this match, I think journalists have been quite negative towards Tonali. I've seen during pre-season a lot of journalists coming out and going, oh, this guy isn't, the signing's been bad so far. I mean, even though it's pre-season, it's so harsh to judge, but straight away, 5 minutes in, he puts those journalists to rest. He puts that ball in there. Anthony Gordon, what an amazing run that was for the first goal. I mean, he had an exceptional first. So I think towards the end of the half, I don't know if he picked up an injury or what, but he seemed to slow down a bit. But honestly, the first half an hour I saw in that match, a player that's breathing confidence after the Euros, someone that I think is going to have an unbelievable season this year. I'm really pleased with him today. So he got the first goal for us. Tonali is volleyed into the back of net. Martinez has no chance. And 5 minutes later, if you could pick any Aston Villa player to score today, it would be Moussa Diaby. Of course it would be him, the guy Newcastle could have signed last summer. I think we wanted to sign last summer. He's turned up and put the ball in the back of net after 10 minutes. I'm thinking at this point, I started crapping myself. I'm thinking, oh God, we might be in for a hard time here. But thankfully, that didn't last for too long. 5 minutes later, Isak then puts us back into the league. Botman, to be fair, real good touch from the free kick. Looked offside at first, in my opinion. I thought maybe, this one might get disallowed. But thankfully, VAR's checked it. It's clearly onside, and Isak puts the ball in the net. And someone that we've been banging about hard, and yesterday how good he was against Burnley, how good was Isak today? I mean, that guy should have had about 4 goals today. Someone that, if he plays like that all season long, I think can compete with Erling Haaland, be one of the best strikers in the world. I mean, Isak, for £60 million, what a signing he is. I can't believe how good he is. For me anyway, I think he's our best player in terms of technical ability of the club. He has the world at his feet. He's so good. A lot of people compare him to Henry, and I don't think that's a bad comparison to make. I think those two are quite similar how they play, and it's just unbelievable seeing about Newcastle United player. Henry, I think, is probably the best player that's ever played in this league. So the fact that Isak is on a legit comparison to him, I think this speaks volumes how good he is. So afterwards, I think the first 20 minutes is honestly the best I've ever seen from any opening match at Newcastle. I think both teams went for it end to end. One unbelievable game of football that would have been for fans watching at home. It was so good. That's what the Premier League's all about. Aggressive, attacking teams going for it. Now, I don't want to be negative, but I had to say the referee I thought was awful today. I couldn't stand him. Stop, start. Some of the fouls Aston Villa making, to be fair, Newcastle as well, I thought he was bad for both teams. Some of the fouls should have been yellow cards. Now, I think the Martinez yellow card was quite heavily debated, the goalkeeper. Now, for me, at first, I thought he did deny a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity from Aaron Wan. I think Aaron Wan scored once he got past the goalkeeper there. So for me, my first impression, I would have said it's a red, but I think it's been heavily debated since. Whether you think it's a red or a yellow or not, it's another question. But I thought the referee was crap today. I couldn't stand watching that referee. The officials, don't even get me started. It was only match week 1. But afterwards, I think the game slowed down before half-time. Not too much, honestly, came out of it. It was just a case when Newcastle were winning the match. Villa was trying to come back into it, but the half slowed down. Then we hit half-time, and I'm thinking, well, we've done well so far. We need that third goal, or we have to kill these off. Villa are a scary team, and a team that I definitely think a full season under Unai Emery, they can do some damage in the league. And definitely a team that I think for Newcastle fans, we should be keeping an eye on. Someone that I think can get European football again. Second half though came out. Newcastle I thought were much better in the half. I thought, unlike first half, it was quite end to end. I thought Newcastle had way more of the ball in the second half. Villa still had chances. We'll talk about the Matty Cash one in a moment because, oh my god. But Newcastle were still creating quite a lot. We then went 3-1 up, sorry. Isak scoring the third one in what was, again, a class goal from us. I mean, he, on the end of every single ball, the pace he has, he's just constantly driving at him. Some of the saves Martinez has made me, he had a busy game, by the way. I thought Martinez, other than the little red card incident, I thought actually had a good game. Someone that, I mean, gets called the best goalkeeper in the world for a reason. He made some top saves to try and keep Villa in that match. But the chances kept coming. Newcastle were always going to score eventually. We went 3-1 up at Isak. Then after that, Villa started creating a couple of opportunities. Then, out of nowhere, I don't know how, Watkins managed to put Botman completely on his arse. Just literally sits him down. I mean, Botman's going back to school after that. I mean, he's got completely put in his place. Then Pope saves it. Matty Cash, open goal. He skies over the bar. I mean, quite literally an open goal. How is he not putting that in the net? I'll be screaming if I was an Aston Villa fan. He scores that, it's 3-2 and it's game on. He doesn't score that. And straight away, they get punished for. Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson, both of them came off the bench and both of them were absolute menace towards that back line. Without Tyrone Mings, it just fell apart. Harvey Barnes constantly driving at them, puts it across the road, so they're then 4-1. Harvey Barnes does the same thing again. Wilson has a one-on-one opportunity about 6 yards. I thought probably Harvey Barnes maybe put it a bit too late for Martinez, to be fair. Actually, it was a good save. It should have been 5 there, but it then became 5 after that. Harvey Barnes then scored himself. Barnes and Tonali both scored in their debuts for Newcastle United. 2 players that I think are going to be exceptional signings for us, and straight away off the mark, don't need any introduction whatsoever. 2 players that I think are ready to go. And for Newcastle's squad depth, we've seen how good it was today. You're bringing players like Wilson, Longster, Barnes, Murphy off the bench. I mean, they're always going to score goals. I mean, we've got an exceptional bench. Now, we still do need some areas where, of course, we are going to improve. And there's some areas where gradually over time, next couple of seasons, Eddie Howe will implement. But for what we've done today, we have a real team. That was a good Aston Villa team that came to St James' Park and got pumped. They pumped us at Villa Park last season. We pumped them harder today. I mean, that Aston Villa team's good. A real good team that we've just completely swept away like it was nothing, like chalk and cheese today. It was unbelievable from us. I'm so pleased with Newcastle. I can just talk on all day how good our performance actually was, but I think you guys know. You've seen it in the stadium or you've seen it on TV. Newcastle are no joke. We are no longer a team that's going to be pushed around. We're not here to be popular. We're here to compete, was the words that Eddie Howe has spoken. We've seen it first game of this season. We can't get carried away, but that is the best first game of the season I think Newcastle has probably ever played. There's been a better one. I don't think my team has been anyway. I just think there is so much to take away from that game. Well, we are going in one direction and that's up. We've done such an unbelievable job. I can't quite get into words how good we actually are. It's just mental, chicken oriental. But yeah, we won 5-1 in the end. Again, Newcastle going to score a couple more. I was said in the intro, I was disappointed there wasn't more. We could have got way more, but listen, 5-1. Who is going to complain about a 5-1 scoreline? I personally predicted 3-1 before the game. I thought Newcastle wouldn't get one over Villa. I thought we probably would pump them, but not as bad as that. I just can't quite fathom that. Aston Villa, I don't think there's any concerns there whatsoever. I think it's just a case where there's been a couple of big injuries and kind of went against them in the game. But for Newcastle, we took advantage of it. We've done what a professional team would do. We've dispatched the opposition and we came away with a convincing match in the first game of the season. Man City away next week now. A match that I think is definitely going to decide where we actually are as a club. A team where, for the first time ever, I'm going to the Etihad Stadium. I'm not fearing them. I'm ready for them. I'm going to go there. We are going to go there and we're going to take it to them. And they had to put on a performance of a lifetime to beat us. They had to play at their best. They want to get 3 points against Newcastle. We're going to go there with no fear. And I think, as well, the fact we're in the Champions League, it's important to get the points as soon as possible. They have to come in early. The last thing we want to do is put some pressure on ourselves when those games start coming in thick and fast. Get the points now, get it over and done with. We then push harder and we then push into the Champions League. As I said before, this may be the year we might actually win something. It's been so many years. 1955, last domestic major honour. We play like that in the cups. I'm telling you now, we can beat anyone. We can beat anyone playing like that. But it's about consistency. It's about us being at our best. And Newcastle under Eddie Howe, I think we will be at our best. We will always be at our best, and I think that's exactly what we've always asked for as fans. We want our team to give 100%. We did that today. Hence why we won 5-1. Should have been more. Who cares though? We won 5-1. Aston Villa fans leave after the 75th minute. We've got them all out, and I think after the pummeling at Villa Park, I remember walking away from that game going, these guys battered us today, and for us to do that to them today in even more convincing fashion, it's a sweet revenge. I like it a lot. I like revenge, and I think Villa fans, as well as I mentioned in the intro before the game, they were piping up, they were getting in our faces. We've humbled them, all them left before we even got out the ground, so that's exactly what I wanted. I want us to be the best of the best of the best now. I'm a bit egotistical as a Newcastle fan, of course. I'm after all the years of dross we've been through, but now that we're in this stage, I want us to push harder and I want us to get where we need to be. And we could do anything. The sky's the limit. I want to kind of finish off there. What an unbelievable first game that is. I've said unbelievable a good amount of times in this video, but it's just the truth. What an amazing first match that was from Eddie Howe. We've got it all sorted out. We did it all on the table. We've got it done. Bye guys. Hope you enjoyed watching anyway. A bit of a, I guess, a description from that match. We've got some class players. I'm just so impressed with the team again. Vlog will be coming out tomorrow morning. We can see all the stuff with the Aston Villa fans, see all the stuff for the match itself. And we finished off. Full time today. Newcastle United 5, Aston Villa 1. We are top of the league. I said we are top of the league. Take care guys, and I'll see you on the next.